Alaska, in the gold rush days where life was cheap and thin. Such desperate times were perfect times for brutal, desperate men. In Skagway, Soapy's grifter mob left many miners broke. And if you weren't a gambler, they'd just rob you of your poke. With a pistol in his pocket and a rifle in his hand, Soapy went alone to fight that vigilante band, to shoot a few and chase the rest into an icy bay. They'd wish they'd never messed with Soapy Smith of old Skagway. Welcome to the historic Eagles Hall in Skagway, Alaska, home of the Days of '98 show with Soapy Smith, the longest running musical in United States history, running right here in Skagway since 1923. Jefferson Randolph Smith, aka Slippery Soapy Smith, was one of the most diabolical con men who ever lived. He was the kind of type that made sure everyone else was always one step behind him. Legend has it he was able to mislead them using a special object found among his personal effects in this very building when it was the Mondrian Hotel 122 years ago. I, being a sly kind of guy, have been able to acquire it. What is this legendary object, you might ask? Well, to some, it was lifeblood. To others, poison. But to slippery, diabolical Soapy Smith, it was a distractor. A simple Morgan dollar. But you had to be mighty careful around Soapy Smith when he had his distractor in hand, because while he had you looking over here, he was likely picking your pocket way over here. And if you let your guard down a second time, well, he'd do it again. He got you again, didn't he? He always does. Until he had all of your money. He'd take it on home and put it in his safe. But it never stayed there for very long. He was always paying off someone, and before he knew it, a chunk of his hard-earned cash was gone. It usually went to pay off some politician or the law, until he was down to just this one, his distractor. Now, as good as Soapy was, and, well, he was very good, no one is infallible, not even him. Soapy Smith died 122 years ago today, and we always celebrate around here at this time of year. But it didn't end well for poor Soapy Smith. Perhaps you already knew that, but let me tell you how it all went down. Where your life ain't worth a sawbuck, and your end is just ahead. And the only law comes from your guns in a lightning hail of lead. Soapy was the boss man. He ran on Skagway's crime till the outlaws got together and said Soapy's out of time. With bad men cheating bad men, they're gonna spill bad blood. The outlaws take trips to hell down through Alaskan mud. The Skagway couldn't make him run away. Soapy came straight at them and chased them into the bay. With a pistol in his pocket and a rifle in his hand, Soapy went alone to fight that vigilante band, to shoot a few and chase the rest into an icy bay. They'd wish they'd never messed with Soapy Smith of old Skagway. The bullets started flying betwixt Soapy Smith and Reed, until they both lay on that wharf, and there they both did bleed. Then Jesse Murphy turned old Soapy's leave a gun around, and blew out Soapy's heart as he lay helpless on the ground. When the shooting stopped and those gold-eyed clouds thinned out enough to see, Soapy went to joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have one tonight for Soapy Smith. We'll see you all next year.